What lie did you tell a child that you'll never take back? When we moved across state lines last month, our dog Sippy Cup bolted from the moving truck and disappeared into a neighborhood we'd never see again. My 6-year-old's old sister Riley was inconsolable until my mom told her the dog wasn't lost, but running ahead to find their new house first. Now Riley sits at the front window every single day waiting for him, and yesterday she tugged on my sleeve and said, "Can you help me make posters? So Sippy Cup can find us faster." I started calling shelters the next morning before Riley woke up, and every single one within 100 miles of our old house said the same thing. No beagles matching that description. I drove back to our old neighborhood that Saturday and walked the streets for 6 hours, his picture to strangers, and one woman squinted at the photo and said, "I think I saw that dog running down Miller Road, but that was weeks ago, honey." I found 2 beagles at 2 different shelters that made my chest hurt because they looked so close, but neither had the brown patch over his left eye, and neither perked up when I said his ridiculous name. When I got home that night, Riley was still at the window, and she turned to me with this look on her face that I'll never forget. "Do you think he remembers what I look like?" I told her, "Of course he did," and she shook her head slowly, "But I'm growing. What if I look different now, and he walks right past me without even knowing it's me?" My parents pulled me aside the next day and suggested getting her a new puppy to help her move on, but the second my mom brought it up, Riley started hyperventilating so hard she couldn't breathe. "I don't want a new dog. Sippy Cup is coming, and he's going so sad. If he gets here and I replaced him, he'll think I forgot about him." That night, I found a 3-week-old post in a Lost Pets Facebook group, and my stomach dropped. There he was in the picture brown patch over his left eye, sitting in some stranger's living room. The post said they found him wandering on a highway median and decided to keep him, since nobody ever claimed him. The town was 200 miles in the opposite direction from our new house, which meant Sippy Cup had been running away from Riley this entire time. I messaged the family immediately with pictures of Riley and Sippy Cup from before the move and explained everything about my sister waiting at the window. The mom responded the next morning, "I'm so sorry, but our kids have completely fallen in love with him. I don't think we can give him up." I begged. I told her about the lie my mom told, how Riley genuinely believed he was coming, how she'd been saving a spot on her bed for a month. The mom wrote back 10 minutes later, "I understand, but I have kids too. They've already named him and they would be devastated. I'm sorry, please don't contact us again." I stared at my phone until the screen went dark and I could see my own reflection staring back at me. That's when I remembered a video on my phone from 2 days earlier. Riley sitting at the window with her forehead pressed against the glass, whispering to herself, but actually whispering to Sippy Cup, "I made a spot on my bed for you, right next to my pillow. And I've been practicing staying up really late, so when you get here, I'll be awake no matter what time it is. Even if it's midnight, even if it's 3 in the morning. I'm going to be right here waiting." I sent the video with no message and put my phone face down because I couldn't watch it, not work. An hour passed, then 2, my mom called me down for dinner and I couldn't eat. I was about to give up completely when my phone finally rang and the mom on the other end was crying so hard she could barely speak. "My daughter watched your video and told me that little girl needs him more than we do. Come get your sister's dog." I left at midnight without telling anyone where I was going. 4 hours of nothing but dark highway and my own, stopping once for gas and coffee that I could barely keep down. I kept checking my phone to make sure she hadn't changed her mind. When I finally pulled into that gas station parking lot at sunrise, there was a beagle in their back seat pressing his nose against the window, and I started crying before I even put the car in park. The other mom walked him over to my car, and I could see her kids watching from the back seat with tears running down their faces. She handed me the leash and said, "Take care of him," and I told her I would for the rest of his life. The drive home felt twice as long because I couldn't wait to see Riley's face, and when I finally pulled into our driveway, I saw her appear in the window the same way she had every day for a month. She went completely still, then her mouth opened, and then she was screaming his name so loud I could hear it through the glass. She sprinted out the front door, barefoot in her pajamas, and collapsed onto the driveway with her arms wrapped around his neck, sobbing, "You found us. You found us. I knew you would find us," while he licked her entire face and wagged his tail so hard his whole body shook. He sleeps in the spot she saved for him every single night, still tells everyone that Sippy Cup found their new house just like he promised.